I'm gonna tell y'all about a story about a time when my ex tried to unalive me. So me and him had been dating maybe about a year and a half, 2 years, and I decided to actually stop the relationship because it had got to a stage that it was getting toxic. So I told him that I no longer wanted him anymore. He actually stayed down the road from me. So that night when I went to sleep, not knowing that this guy was gonna do some bizarre stuff because he told me when that day he was like, if you break up with me, can't nobody else have you. And I said, that's the reason why I'm breaking up with you, because you talking out of your head all the time. You're talking crazy. Why would I want to be with somebody that seem like they ain't, got some type of mental issue going on, like you crazy? So he was like, okay, um, you can say what you want to say. So I ended up telling the guy I was breaking it off with him. And you know what? The when I did it, I actually did. I didn't do it in person. I actually called him and told him I didn't want to be with him no more because I was too scared to even though we stayed like a house apart, I was too scared to walk down the street to let this dude know that I didn't want him that night. I want go ahead and end everything between us. So the next day come. How about I was going out of town from my house. I had to go in. I was driving my sister to the doctor appointment. She was pregnant. I think she was maybe about 7 or 8 months pregnant at that time. So we get in the car. We go drive probably um about 45 minutes or so, give or take away from her God dang my hurt. About 45 minutes away to her doctor appointment from where we stayed at. We get there, ain't nothing going on with the vehicle. We was on our way back home. We probably was maybe about 5 minutes from in town, so probably be about 10 minutes from the house actually. And my car, it just started to shaking real bad. And I'm like, some kept telling me in my head. My intuition kept telling me like, pull over, pull over, pull over now. And the little voice kept telling me to pull over, so I went on and pulled over. Y'all won't believe what this man did to me. This man then unloosened my lugs on my car. He tried to unline me. And, you know, um, when I pulled over, it was like two guys that was coming down the highway and they seen me pull over. They actually pulled behind me and the guy looked at it. One of them was a mechanic and he told me, he said, somebody actually did that to you. He's like, them lugs ain't just came on loosing like that. He said, not one or two. He said, but all of them. My tire was, y'all, it was like this from flying off the car. It was this close from actually flying off the car. And he said, who you the made mad? And I said, I ain't made nobody mad. I said, well, I just broke up with with the guy I was dating for almost 2 years. I said he been talking crazy lately. I said I don't know what been going on with the guy. I said the relationship it was pretty cool and smooth. I said but lately it just seemed like he's just been acting weird and strange. And he said that guy just tried to take you away from here. And during that time I had one child and my baby girl she was actually on the back seat during that time. And the guy said, even your baby in here. He said, cause he asked me, he said, this your baby? I said, yeah, that's my baby. He said, even the baby in the car. So he was just trying to get rid of everybody. He said, and who that is on top? So I said, that's my sister. He said, look like she about to drop. I said, she is. I said, she should be dropping soon. The other guy that pulled up with him, he actually came over there. He looked, he just shook his head. He said, I'm finna go. He said, because I don't want no problem. That man might pull up and take us all out if he trying to do this to you. And I looked. So me, I got on the phone. I had to end up calling my brother and telling my brother what was going on. The first guy that actually pulled up, he said, he said, well, it's a good thing that all the loves didn't come off the car. So he actually put the tie back on and he tightened it up. He said it should be good and tight. I was so scared, y'all. I didn't even want to drive the car. So the guy had said, y'all got somebody. He said, well, I'll drive your car to the house then. Because he actually had somebody in the truck with him. He said, I'll drive your car to the house for you. He said, since you scared, y'all just get somebody to pick y'all up. So my sister had called her boyfriend at the time. And he came and he was looking too like, what's going on? Because that's actually his cousin. And he was like, what's going on? Like, Sheree, what's up? I was like, I don't know what's going on. And the dude had told him what had happened. He was like, somebody's trying to harm this young lady. Like, this is crazy. And he really got, his cousin really got mad because, he like, I can't believe if it was him, he actually did something like that. And he was already mad because the fact that my sister was in the car too. And, she pregnant with that unborn child. And he was like, I'm going to check him. Like, I'm going to see what's going on. Y'all, when my brother had went down there, because my brother was ready to jump on the guy when we made it to the house. So we get to the house and everything. My brother ready to unlive him now. So he was like, oh, I ain't do that. How about this dude? I ended up calling the mayor on the guy. And the mayor told me to press charges on him. And the guy ended up, going to jail and everything. Let me tell you, when he was in jail, you know what that dude told me? He said, if he couldn't have me, he said, I told you. If I couldn't, he ended up calling me. He said, I told you, if I couldn't have you, could nobody else have you? And I said, this is crazy. I said, you almost, not only you almost took my life away, you almost took my daughter's life away from me, and my sister and her baby. And he said, he didn't mean to put them in danger. He just wanted to do something to me because he was going to teach me a lesson. Like, if he couldn't have me, could nobody else have me? And I was like, this bizarre. Like, this can't be happening. This can't be real. And this guy, he told me, he said, once I get out, we're going to get back together. And like I said again, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, this man ended up getting out of jail. He did prison time. I think he ended up doing maybe about 4 years or so, 3-4 years. I don't even think he did the whole thing because I think they ended up giving him maybe about 5 to 6 years. I don't even think he ended up doing the whole time though. He probably did about 2 years. I can't remember. But this man got out, and I'm gonna tell you, I was working at a store. He happened to come to the store that I was working at, and he gonna say, he spoke to me, and at first I didn't know who he was because then I had to look at him again, and he called my name again. He said, that's you. Man, you talking about somebody that got real scared and whole hair dropped. And he said, I ain't gonna do nothing to you. And he actually told me he was sorry for what had happened. And you know what he gonna tell me? Can we work things out? He said, I heard you had another baby. I had been telling everybody that baby was mine. And I was like, we weren't even together during that time. And he said, he gonna tell the dude. And the dude said, yeah, because I had paid by how the baby is like you. He had to talk about, can I see my daughter? Dude, this is not your child. So I told him I ended up calling my girl's dad to tell him what was going on. And he said, well, he come over this way, he gonna have to come talk to me. That guy, he came in the store about every day. He ended up going back to jail, though. He ended up going back to prison by some more crazy stuff that he did to somebody else. That he did somebody else like the way he did me. And yet to this day, he's actually in prison right now. That man gonna tell me, he kept coming in there. And I had got to the point, I had told my manager what was going on. And he told him he couldn't come in the store. Y'all know that guy was actually stalking me. He used to come to the store and just sit there and stalk me. And he gonna tell the girl that worked with me, because I had to call the police on him. And the police told me I had to put a restraining order on him. And they told him he couldn't come, towards me. He can't be around me. And he said that he knew that anyway, because, that was part of the deal when he went to jail. that he couldn't come around me anymore in life. And this man gonna say, he gonna tell the police, he just want to talk to me. He just want to apologize. And he just want for us to start over again. Ladies, and this for guys too. Y'all be careful out there with dating people. Man, I haven't dated nobody in about 3 to 4 years or so, give or take. I think it's going on 4 years now. This world is crazy. I mean, it's just a bunch of crazy people out here. Y'all be careful out here dating. I just wanted to get this message out, just be aware of if you dating somebody, even a woman, guys, if they talking crazy, you don't need to be with them. Somebody talking crazy, telling you about what they gonna do to you if you decide you want to break it out. Get away from that person. Don't stick around. Don't stick around. It ain't worth it. Man, I look at it and I think every morning from that day, I wake up every morning, I say a prayer. Before I go to sleep, I say a prayer. Throughout the day, I say a prayer. Because, you never know what gonna happen to you. And especially if I'm getting on the highway going somewhere, I'm always prayed up. I pray for my family during that time. I pray for myself, my safety. When I ain't around my girls, I pray for their safety. I pray for my sister. I pray for everybody that I love. Even though if I ain't talking to them, I pray for them because, this world is a cold world. It's a cold world out here. Y'all, so till next time, peace out. I hope y'all enjoyed the video.